Also to mention there, you see all the pink pom-poms, the bows, everyone out there wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month here for October. So always great to see that support. But we've reached our District 3-5A block. We had a doubleheader today at Dick Bivens with Amarillo High and Hereford playing the early matchup. Hereford started off the season at 4-0 and then fell in a 1-point game to the Plainview Bulldogs last week. That was called early due to the weather. And Amarillo High, who struggled early in pre-district, is now 2-0 in district play, hoping to keep that momentum there against the Whitefaces.
We also had the Canyon ISD rivalry down at Kimbrough. This one with the long rain delay, an hour and a half it was delayed by there. Also the Caprock Longhorns, Pallador Dodge, that's a big rivalry as well. They were met in the late game at Dick Bivens. Well,
another lightning delay as well.
And Doom is still undefeated, looking to knock off Plainview, who is suddenly looking good.
That's right. Let's take you now out to that early matchup. DJ, you were at that one.
That's right. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter scoreless. Nathan Betts going to hand it off to Rhett Maynard. He's going to break it right up the middle, makes it 7-0 Sandys. It's now 10-0 Amarillo High in the second quarter. And Betts going to pitch back to Eugene McWare. He's going to break this one up the middle untouched. He's got some jets, and he's got a touchdown. That makes it 17-0 Sandys. Ensuing drive, Hereford will respond. Third and long for Hereford here as Dodge DeLozier goes out to Seth Dixon on the screenplay, and he's got a whole lot of blockers out in front. And he's going to outrun them all. He's on the sideline, and he could go, although just dragged down about the 4-yard line. But he would come back, and he would punch it in. Makes it 17-7 at the half, and Dixon would score on a 37-yard touchdown run late in the fourth to make it 17-14, but the Sandys hold on to get the win in this one, 23-14. They remain undefeated in district play. And Matt Hamilton from News Channel 10, he had the call today out there on the game. So Matt, standing by with us now. Matt, we saw a tight game early. So the momentum sort of seemed to switch to Hereford there at the end with the big screenplay scoring before the end of the half. What happened in the second half of the game?
It was pretty much the same story in the first half as it was in the second half. Amarillo High's defense was just really good. They were able to get to Dodge DeLozier and force him to kind of roll out a lot, get out of the pocket. He had to throw while he was on the move a lot. He actually threw 2 interceptions today against Amarillo High, and coming into the game had only thrown 1. Ryan Westland was actually the guy who made the plays. He picked off DeLozier in the first quarter, and he made the interception in the fourth quarter when Hereford was driving with less than 2 minutes left to try and bring themselves back. So he just kind of shut down the rally. But ultimately, it was just a really good defensive effort from the Sandys. And I'm looking at the highlights now. Eugene Mutware had a great game, but we saw some good stuff from the Whitefaces as well. They're certainly a postseason worthy team.
And Matt, obviously, kind of the same situation with Amarillo High last season. You know the Sandys well. They kind of struggled early last season, went on to be crowned district champs. We're kind of seeing that same pattern here again this year. Struggling district play, but now they're 3-0 in district. Are you kind of seeing the Sandys kind of pull away from the pack now?
Well, they still have a few pretty big matchups ahead of them. So I wouldn't crown them champs yet. I mean, they're certainly a very good football team. What we learned from them in those first 3 games is that, they had a lot of growing up to do. Their defense had to replace 10 starters. They have a young offense as well, so they were just kind of figuring things out probably. But for the most part, the 3 teams they played that they lost to in non-district were 3 really good football teams. I mean, they played Tascosa close, and Tascosa is probably the best football team in our area. So it's kind of hard to say that they were bad coming into district play. They lost 3 close games that they were never really out of, and it was against 3 really good football teams. But just going back to the age thing, I mean, a young defense that probably was still trying to come together and develop that cohesiveness that they need to work as one unit. But they're certainly capable of losing. I mean, they're 3-3 now with 3-0 in district, but they've got some big matchups still ahead of them. Like I mentioned, they've still got some a tough road to hoe. So, I mean, while they are a heavy favorite to win the district, we still got to kind of wait around and see what the rest of the season looks like.
And Hereford, on the other side of the game there, Hereford a much improved team this year as well. The first time we've really got to see the Whitefaces as they come out to our area. What have you just seen the things that they've really improved on this season?
Man, they've got a great class of juniors. They're really good. Seth Dixon's a really fun back to watch. He went over 1,000 yards tonight. I think he had 20 carries for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns or something like that. And so he's over 1,000. Dodge Delosier is a really good young quarterback. He can throw really well whenever he gets some time. He did a really good job in this game. And like I said, he had only thrown 1 interception coming into the day. And so that's just a credit to Amarillo High's defense. But I mean, they've got a lot of bright spots. They've got a huge defensive line that is just very good. So they're going to make some noise. They're going to show some people that they're a team that you don't want to catch in the playoffs, and they're going to show some people they're a team that is going to be really good next year as well, because they've got a lot of guys that are going to be coming back from this team.
All right, Matt, well, we appreciate it. News Channel 10's Matt Hamilton there with the call on the game and the inside as well. Hereford, not counting them out yet. Like you mentioned, not a very quickly maturing defense there from the Amarillo High Sandys. So thanks a lot to Matt Hamilton. All right, we're going to keep it going now for the rivalry down in Kimbrough with Canyon taking on Randall. We're going to pick this up in the first quarter scoreless. Jashawn Barrow going to get the pitch. He looks like a young Tim Hightower as he flies down the side, getting those knees up. Is he going to go all the way? Oh, just gets knocked out at the 4-yard line. But the next play, Barrow going to get the handoff and just plunges it right into the end zone. Makes it 7-0 Raiders. Now it's 10-0 in the second quarter. 4th and long for Randall. Landon Nix on the punt. Oh, he's going to fake it and run. And he's going to take it all the way out for the first down. And then later in the drive, Barrow going to finish off this drive as well as he fights his way across the goal line. That makes it 17-0 Randall. That's what their lead would be at the half, and they get the win in this one, 27-7. And we have Texas Panhandle Sports' Phil Woodall. He was on the scene for that one as well. We have Phil standing by, who was there at this game. Phil, we've seen the Randall defense really step up the last 2 weeks. They shut down a great offense in Caprock, and now they seem to carry that over into this game. What did you see with Randall's defense?
Well, Randall's defense was very good tonight against Canyon, really set the stage early. But, in reference to Canyon, of course, their starting quarterback was out and their backup, Brandon Driscoll, was there. So, they were kind of behind the 8 ball there. But what really impressed me, and I heard your call about the 60-yard run by Logan Nix and then that 12-yard run on the 4th down play that set up the field goal. But Jashawn Barrow, this is the second game for him. 144 yards, 4 touchdowns last week. This week tonight, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns. He scored on runs of 4, 1, and 46 yards. Boy, that young man is impressive, and what I've been told, he is a transfer from Amarillo High.
Well, I'm sure the Sandys regret letting him go because he sure has turned around that Raider offense.
Absolutely.
They are a threat to everyone in District 3-5A now. Now, Phil, there was an hour-and-a-half rain delay on this one. How much would you say that had effect on the game?
It was actually an hour and 21 minutes was the actual time. I don't think it really affected anybody. I think everybody gets used to all the lightning delays that we have around here. The rain doesn't mean anything. It's always the lightning delay. But Randall came out, and I think they have rejuvenated everything over there. Coach Selman's really got them believing in themselves, and now with Jashawn Barrow as one of their main running backs, that's really going to help Logan Nix. So I think Randall was ready to play. Doesn't say that Canyon was not ready to play, but Randall came out and exerted themselves on defense and let their offense take care of business. This is a very methodical win for the Raiders.
Now, we know Canyon had their backup quarterback out there. What do you see that they can improve on to try to get into this district race?
They'll need to get their starter back. Again, there's a lot of inexperience, especially on defense, is what Coach Bryant told me. I think basically they're going to have to find a way on defense. They're 0-3 right now in district play. It doesn't say they're out of the playoff picture because of the district, because there's 7 teams in the district. So 8 teams in the district. So there's still a possibility, but I just think they're going to have to try to find ways to move the ball better. They just didn't do it last week against Amarillo High and didn't do it tonight against Randall.
Well, Phil, we know they played a couple tough defenses there with Amarillo High and Randall as well, so we'll keep an eye on what the Eagles can do to improve on the season. As always, Texas Panhandle Sports Network's Phil Woodall, we appreciate you calling in, and we're going to keep it rolling in District 3-5A. Brianna, we have Caprock versus Paladuro.
Yeah, this was that later matchup at Dick Bivens, picked up in the first quarter on the first play of the game. Tariq Williams going to hook up with Tajay Delone. Probably butchered your name there. I apologize for a 65-yard touchdown score. The extra point was good as Caprock goes up 7-0. Then later, the Dons looking to respond, and Tony Green with a 25-yard touchdown run fights his way into the end zone to tie up the game at 7. Now Caprock going to waste no time. Williams rolling right out of the pocket. He's going to throw on the run to Jay Gaines for the 75-yard touchdown run for the Longhorns, 14-7. Now PD going to attempt the 50-yard field goal, but it's short, and De Leon is there to return it. Now check out this block. This was our hit of the week. We showed you it. Gets clothesline. Definitely a shoulder soreness tomorrow, perhaps. And it'd be.
Matt shot this game. He said that kid actually got ejected for targeting.
Really?
You could see on the replay,
Yeah.
the shoulder to shoulder was not targeting. Bad call on the referees there.
And Caprock going to get their first district win of the season, 48-21 over the Dons.
All right, now let's head up to Dumas with the Demons taking on the Bulldogs. We're going to pick it up with the Demons leading 10-7.
Got to watch the band halftime show, though. You got some entertainment.
Hey, they were in Battle of the Bands this week as well. We have Noah Quintanilla. Is he going to take the snap, throw the screen out to Bo Swimmer? It's going to make it 14-10 Demons. Boseman here, Plainview down, same score as Carson Hawk. He's going to throw out the screen pass, but it's going to be picked by Tony Entherath. That's what we call a pick six. Makes it 21-10 Demons. Still that score for the Demons when Quintanilla will throw the quick slant out to Wyatt Lay. That's a touchdown, makes it 28-10. But look at this final score. Dumas would hang on for dear life.
Wow, edges them out.
35-31. Plainview, much improved. Demons still undefeated in district play.
Absolutely. Well, coming up, we have our Tascosa Rebels. They were in action last night against Friendship, looking to see if they could bounce back after their loss against Midland Lee. We'll have those Rebel highlights coming up next. You're watching The Wrap Up.